Hello everyone, it's kind of been a while since I did a Lego video and this channel is supposed to be a Lego channel. I don't know why I went away from the original goal, but yeah, I'm back in action with Lego stuff. I'm starting a new series. This is the first episode in it. I'm calling it Hamza's Spare Time Creations, where basically I show off what I made with Lego bricks in my spare time, and I have a lot of spare time, so this series won't stop anytime soon, unless I get too lazy to record. But anyway, I made this guy. Haven't given him a name yet. I'll just make him sleep so you can get a full overview of him. I didn't give him a name yet, but he's inspired by mecha anime, and he's supposed to be a mecha himself. It's kind of inspired by two things: the Evangelion Unit 1 and the Unicorn Gundam. Google them if you don't know how they look like. Anyway, from the Evangelion Unit 1, it has slender, slim proportions, kind of humanoid proportions. Very slender, very slim. And I tried to apply that here using these pieces here, and not adding too much armor, only in the chest. I only added armor meant in the chest and kept the face natural. So I didn't add too much. Man, I really can't speak today. I didn't add too much armament, again to capture the slender look of the Evangelion Unit 1. Or why am I saying Unit 1? A lot of Evangelion mechas are slender. Anyway, my second inspiration, the secondary thing to building this, my second inspiration was the Unicorn Gundam. You will see by this headpiece, we'll get to the inspiration in here later. And the arm thingies. These are kind of like the beam saber holders the Unicorn Gundam has, so you can put beams in there and it looks cool and stuff. I like the idea, so I put it here. Now, before we get any further, I'd like to point out the custom painted pieces. Yes, because I painted some things on this guy. Let me just take them out. And there they are. I'll put them to the side now. And look at the custom painted pieces. So first, these Lego armor pieces, I customized them. I thought the yellow looked a little boring on everything I put on, and I wanted something new, so I added a bit of silver to the edges, just to bring out the detail. I could have used black, but I don't have a black marker. And if you're wondering about the markers I used these two markers. Here they are. This is how they look like in case if you want some. I don't know where you can get them. I just got them off a local, man, I really can't speak. Local stationery shop. They're fantastic. They're basically like small paintbrushes in the style of markers, kind of like Gundam markers if you ever use those. So the only colors I know of are silver and gold. I don't know if there are any more. If there are, please correct me. But these are simply fantastic markers. You just shake them. You just shake them, you paint them, wait for them to dry. They only take a minute or two to dry, and you get a pretty decent result. Let's put these to the side. So the custom painting on these, as I said, is the edges. And they turn out better, although my paint job isn't the best. It's kind of sloppy, especially in areas like this. You can see the paint is really bleeding. Focus. Here we go. You can see the paint is kind of bleeding onto the yellow. It doesn't look all that natural here too. But I did my best. I will improve in the future, hopefully. This part I panel lined this area. Panel lined means is bringing a pen or any black color and putting it through the areas in here, the panels, to bring out the detail. I've done this many times before and I'm pretty good at it. I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty good at it. But I only did it in here because there's really no other place to panel line. And the silver painted parts are this, and this. And that's about it. This silver hand was gunmetal. I thought one color was boring, so I painted the top. I don't know why I painted the top. It just worked for me. And for the head, I thought it looked boring on its own. Focus. Here we go. I thought it looked a little boring on its own, and I didn't want to add attachments to it because attachment to the face, I mean like Bionicle masks, because this is the Bionicle 2015-2016 head. I didn't want to add two masks to it, and I kind of wanted to make it look unique, so I added this silver on certain areas, the eyebrows, the nose, this whole area. It kind of resembles a skull, and makes it look more like a face more than just the skull. And for the eyes, I used a standard old school Technic brick. I don't know if they still use them these days, but it's a 1x2 brick that has Technic holes in it. Just simply put it in here, take any axle, put through it, and secure it in. And it worked. It gave him red eyes, but it still looked kind of gappy from the underside. However, it looked, I think it turned out okay, and gave plausibility to the horns, so I'm happy with how this one turned out. And now let's put them back. I'll do it off camera because I don't want to bore you. Anyway, here he is. Now, to his accessories. Or should I cover the posability first? I'll cover the posability first. Now, for posability, the head, previously mentioned horns, move forward and back. And you can put them here, make them look like hair metal. A ball joint, and everything here is ball jointed. The arms are connected to the shoulders via ball joint, and add the friction joint. Almost knocked out my phone. Add the friction joint just to make him, to add stability. Not real stability, just to make him better, I guess. Anyway, on the back, there's a peg in here. That's to store his weapon, which is this. We didn't get to the accessories yet, but let me just showcase it now before I forget. Here we go. Or you can do it in any of the other three pegs on this. Anyway, this back portion is connected also via ball joint, and I put this in here so it won't go full 360. Just do a wiggle, a small ball joint. Anyway, the shoulder at the chest portions don't get in the way of our movement because they're also on a ball joint. They're actually on a double ball joint. So you can maneuver them around if you want to put the arm up or down. Again, ball joint at the elbow, which means you have a real deep bend. A swivel, and a backward bend. I don't know who will do that, but it's there. This port, ball joint to Technic port, is also on a ball joint, but It's a ball joint that's molded with hindering pieces. Sorry for the noise. Here it is. Yeah, it's kind of only swivels. Only swivels. So if you like swivels, that's good news. Nothing in the waist couldn't engineer that. I'm sorry. Ball joint at the hips, again with a friction joint to help stabilize. A bend at the knee. And a ball joint at the ankles, which can give you a decent pivot. So posability on this guy is decent, and I kind of happy with how he turned out, but this is the basic style of build. Like, I'm still using the basic skeleton of any CCBS based Lego creation, so I'm not really doing anything special. Anyway, yeah, here he is. Now let's get to his accessories. First of all, he has these wings that plug on his back. They are connected via a ball joint to Technic connector, and they are connected via a blue pin. So you can have a swivel, a ball joint, and another ball joint. They're asymmetrical. However, I didn't find. I'll keep looking through my Lego bucket because yes, I store my Legos that way. I couldn't find another one. Once I find another one, I will plug them on him. But if you're wondering how do they look like, here you go. Swivel, ball joint, and another ball joint. Yeah, the idea of the wings came from the wing gundams because they all had really cool wings, and I wanted my mecha to have wings too. So these are the wings. You put them in the trash now. The other accessory, the previously mentioned double-edged sword. It's connected like this. You can either take them off and plug them into his hand the traditional way, because this piece is mostly to connect them for display. So if I want to display them to get displayed together, I have that option. You can also simply switch the hand with this, but I don't see a point in doing that. Just do what you want. Now for these previously mentioned connectors, I have these 4 parts. I have claws, standard lime green claws, that plug right into here. It's really hard doing this with one hand. I don't know why I'm doing it with one hand, but I didn't. But oh, here it is. Claws. Everyone likes claws, huh? So yeah, these are claws. Now these are blue sabers. Again, they plug in right here. And here they are. So this was my main goal to do with him while building him. My main goal was to add red eyes, shoulder-like thingies, and these plug on his hands. And I think I achieved them pretty nicely. Now to his final set of accessories. Oh, one more weapon. This thing. This goes out from folded mode to gun mode. Flip this, and if you have a fiery piece, you can plug it in here. This one, the one I have is pretty small, but if you have a bigger one, I recommend you plug that one instead of this. But anyway, again, plugs into his hand. Here we go. Focus. Here we go. Last thing is his unicorn heads. Yes, you heard me right, unicorn stuff. So the head had these things here, and I mentioned these are inspired by the unicorn gundam. Well, to add the unicorn things, you plug this in first because two of them are very, very heavy and they will make his head fall back. I will showcase them, but first there are the two boring ones. Here you go, 1, 2, boom, that's it. These go in the trash, they're just standard blocks. I just added them for nothing. So you add the friction joint, although it makes him look a bit off. You just put this down, put this up. Doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look that bad. And yeah, doesn't look that bad, but adds a little bit of stability to his head because we're gonna put on some heavy things. First of all is this thing. Does the camera pick it up? Yep. This thing. This is a horn that should give the user plant powers. Plugs in here. Yeah. Gives him a horn, I guess. There are two more. This one is supposed to give agility and power over air. These last two ones, we're not gonna plug in these two studs. I'm gonna plug them in here, or for as far as I can, so I can balance the weight and they won't just fall off. So plug this guy in, and there we go. Now this one, is very long. I can't fit it in the camera, in this stage. Yeah, I actually can't fit it. It's just requires some work. Anyway, this thing is long, really long, and it's supposed to give the user power over strength. Yeah, just this basic. This plugs into these studs, last ones. And there you go. Oh boy. This guy's long. This is really long. So yeah, speaking of long, let's do a size comparison now. Let's do a size comparison. So, here's the SH Figuarts bodycon. Yeah, it reaches up to his crotch. Here's Iron Man, the main suit from Iron Man 3. I really forgot what this figure was called, and I forgot what the suit was called. It's been a while. Yep, this is how big it is. The Kamen Rider Necron vinyl figure. And it's also custom painted. Stand. And here's the giant 2014 Grimlock. Stomp and Chomp Grimlock. Wait, it got really messy in here. And here. He actually towers above him with this horn, but minus the horn, he only reaches up to his crunch. But that's still a pretty decent size in my opinion. And I'm happy with how this thing turned out. So yeah, that's about it. That's all to talk about. So, did you like this creation? If so, tell me in the comments. And if you have any suggestions so I can add in my next build, leave it in the comments. I want to read them. I read every single comment. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next video. Peace.